What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today, I'm going to talk about somebody that I have roasted several times in the past. I feel like every time I did, it was warranted, or else I wouldn't have done it, right? And that's Swifty Blue. Hey. Which one is this? Hey, I can't turn it down. Hey. Turn it down. But no, all bullshit to the side, man. You know, I have messed with Swifty Blue, and, you know, there's so much ammunition there, right? But when somebody does something good, somebody does something right, that too needs acknowledgement. I remember a few years back when the Elote lady got robbed, and Swifty Blue went over there and gave her money. And people want to say, that's just a photo op, this and hey, that was real money that he gave to a real person that had gone through something. So whatever it was, she came up and he did that. He didn't have to. So I think a lot of people have seen the video of the little autistic boy. Him and his sister take public transportation. Their family's living in a van, unfortunately. Hopefully that'll change soon. But they were taking public transportation to go on a food run, to go get food for the family. And as they were crossing the street, the boy who was autistic, he likes to touch stuff. You know, if he meets you, you know, like the reporter, he buttoned the reporter's jacket for him. He grabbed the microphone. It's just one of the things they do, I guess. They have certain, you know, quirks that they have, and that's this young man's quirk. And as he was walking by a Mercedes Benz, he touched the Mercedes emblem. He bent it, I guess, and then went and sat at the bus stop with his sister, and his sister was holding him, and it's on video where the owner of the Mercedes Benz, got out of the Mercedes, and he didn't slap him hard, but it's not his damn kid. You don't put your hands on nobody's kids. And he gave the kid a swat to his face. Now, in these situations, I always wonder, at what point do you put that fucking camera down and defend that kid? I don't know who was recording. Maybe it was a woman. So if that's the case, okay, I get it. But anyone else, man, I wouldn't even allowed him to get to the kid. I would have stopped him like, hey, what's up? We'd like, what are you tripping on? Well, Swifty Blue has gone, from my understanding, and offered help for the family. I guess gave some money, whatever. And I want to acknowledge that. And for anyone to say, oh, he did it for publicity and for clout, well, why don't you go over there? When people are in need and somebody goes and helps them with what they're in need of, why look at the negative part of it? Why can't you just be like, hey, Holmes, that was cool. You know, regardless of his haircut, man, and his tattoos, that was a cool thing to do. You know, it's easy for us to look at his outward appearance, but look, like I said, this is the second time when Raza has been wronged that he showed up and gave out of his own pocket. And I don't believe Swifty has a lot of money. I don't. You know, when we watched those of us that watched the Bootleg Kev interview the other day and saw Baldacci and his friend talking, they made it clear that money is very slow in music, at least for these guys, right? And I don't know that Swifty has anything else going other than his music. So when it's something like that, it means more. It should mean more. Because I'm sure Swifty could have used the money that he gave away somehow, some way. So hopefully, let me quiet my phone. Hopefully, people will see this and just enjoy it, man. Say, you know, enjoy it, accept it as a positive and not look for the negative. Nowadays, everybody just wants everything negative, man. Even making this video, I was like, you know what? It's not going to get a lot of views. but it needs acknowledgement. And if I only get 100 views, I'm glad that 100 people saw it. And hopefully people will get involved in the GoFundMe if they can afford it. There's a GoFundMe for the family. There was another video that I was thinking about doing, and I'll just add it to this. You know, Lefty Gunplay, he gets a lot of hate, man. A lot. And there's things that he's done that isn't recognized, and I want to recognize one today. I saw it on TikTok, and I think it was Raider's the one that sent it to me as well through TikTok. I've seen it through IG. But there's a kid, and I guess the kid is 11 years old, and he's interviewing Lefty Gunplay. And Lefty Gunplay is telling him to go to school and get a job. And he's telling him, you know, when I was your age, man, I didn't have nothing. You know, and he's saying, you know, when I was your age, I looked to the streets. I didn't have a father figure. And I looked to the streets, and I spent all those years in juvenile hall, and, you know, and he went to prison and all this stuff. And he's for all that, you know, famous gangbanger, famous stepper and all that. I've always said that I felt he had a good heart, man. And I'm glad that he made that video and wasn't worried about it. That he was man enough to say, man, this kid needs to hear about the right thing. I wouldn't want this kid to go through what I went through when he has a dad. And he has an opportunity to do better. So for that, I wanted to shout out both of these young men. Give them their flowers. I didn't see anybody else doing it. And the thing with Swifty, this just happened. I believe it was yesterday. Maybe the day before. I don't know. But it's been the last couple of days, right? The thing with Lefty, that interview with that kid, has been on TikTok for, I believe, about 2 weeks, if not more. And not one story has been put out about the great advice he's giving this kid. He's right there, and he's taking the time to do that interview. That kid will never forget that interview, whoever he is. I don't know if he's related to him. I don't know what it is, but I know he did an interview for a kid, and that kid will never forget the advice or the interaction. So, me and my little channel, I want to acknowledge both of these dudes. Especially, you know what, everybody really thinks that I have an issue with Swifty. I don't have an issue with anybody. I've been roasting Bozo, but that's because he's putting himself out there to be roasted, and it's just content. I don't have anything against the Vato. He probably hates my guts, and that's fine. That's his baggage to carry. But if he does something right that I can acknowledge, I will do that. I did that before the whole thing started with the Tiger video and them going with American Cholo to No Jumper. I used to say I felt he was intelligent. It was just, I think he fell in love with his own voice after that. And then that's when things took a turn. But I don't want to make this video about that when I want it to be about acknowledging the positive impact that these dudes, Swifty Blue and Lefty Gunplay, have tried to be in someone's life recently. With that said, I'll bring this video to a close. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out of here.